So I have no idea if this would be helpful to you or not, but I'll tell you kind of how I did this. For me, it was about understanding more about relevance to the person, as well as understanding the process. So I used the logistical, algorithmic, if then part of my brain to fundamentally break down this information further in relevance to the person I'm talking to. So what I did was I created a master document of everything I thought everybody needed to know. And then I said, okay, does everyone actually need to know all of these things? All of these bullet points? Do they really all need to know that? I questioned myself about it. And then I pulled like a color coding of the people I was working with for these particular projects. And I said, okay, what of this is relevant to person A, person B, person C, right? And I then broke that major document into minor documents for that particular person. These are the things they need to do. These are the tasks they need to do. These are the things that they have to think about. Then I had to look at it compared to the other person, person B, person C, right? And then I went, okay, person B can't do this until person A does this. And so I kind of created an algorithmic flow chart of this has to happen in a very sort of project management way. This leans very heavily into the Six Sigma and Lean and all of the other project management modalities. Because fundamentally, that's exactly what you're doing. You are project managing this into small little bits. So then you go, okay, these are the things that person A needs to have. These are the things person B needs to have. These are the things person C needs to have. And this is the flow chart of how this has to happen. So this is all person A has to worry about right now. This is all person B has to worry about right now. They can't worry about this until person A does their thing. So that's going to be the next iteration, and then the next iteration, and then the next iteration. And so what it could do was I literally used the way my brain thought to break this down into much more manageable data for them. And so all they got was a small detail about a current task where I could see the entire connection of the algorithm of where they were at the moment and where they were heading. But if I gave all of them right then, they would be completely lost. So for me, I began to tolerate the frustration by recognizing that what I was doing was taking all of this into what became a big picture thinking, but was fundamentally a lot about details. And so it worked really well because I became a project manager on a lot of different tasks because I was able to zoom in on the details of what people needed to be doing. I just learned how to break it down for them so they only worried about right now. What is today? What is this hour? What is this moment? What is this, and tolerated it by framing it in a new way. So hopefully that helps. It made me much more effective by framing it that way, because to me then I am just giving them the immediate concern because they don't want the whole picture, or they will be overwhelmed by the whole picture. And I consider it to be an accommodation for their neurotype. So for me, I would want accommodation for my neurotype with more detail. I will consider that an accommodation for their neurotype for wanting less and only wanting to know what today's task is.